Welcome back. Welcome to Trading Maze. Today is Monday, July 28th. Uh, July 28th, which is Monday. We have captured many pips actually, but we only did, I think, two trades, both in selling, and we're currently in the trade. I hope you're risk free. I'll show you that trade as well. I just shared the trade in the Telegram group just before coming live. It was around, uh, yeah. Yeah, I share the trade at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. I share the trade. It got executed at 9:20 or something. So we'll have that buffer now. So let me share my screen. Let's get into the analysis. So yeah, so this is the trade that we are currently in. Fibonacci retracement, and we're currently risk free. I told you to enter at 16. I mean, I showed you this. This was our 40 pips Kara and 40 pips pay. It's currently 41 pips. So I think you can risk free right now. I mean, it's already given risk free in the previous candle, previous 15-minute candle. Okay. So be risk free. Let's see what happens. So let's do the analysis for today. It's simple only. It's nothing really happened. Uh, our selling level, our selling level didn't tap 50K. We want to sell from here, but we were already selling from here only. 37, so we were selling. No, this was what was it? And this one, yeah. See. This was the selling that we were capturing at that time. Friday, 25th July, 11, around this, we entered this trade and 43 pips around the stop loss we had. What happened? Today morning in the Asian session, we have a TP hit, which is 110 pips, 110, 120 pips, I think. Okay, 110, 120. So that was the first trade into the week, 120 pips. So the others, I really hope it will come back to our selling level, which is 50, which is over here. Yes, here and 52 to this region. I really hoped it would come back to that because that is a better selling that we can see better selling from there, these regions. Okay, but it didn't come back to it. It fell from here only, and this falling can be proven and can be this consolidation and falling can be seen from DXY. Why this happened is because of DXY. See, from the morning onwards, DXY, it opened gap down, little bit consolidation. Then it was straight up increasing in uptrend only. 97.5 to 98.5, which is actually greater move. It's 0.87%, 88% move for DXY, which is very high because normally if you see the chart, it consolidates a lot, right? 23 July, we have a downside movement here, but normally it consolidates a lot. Only news pay it will react very much like this news, right? It consolidates a lot. So when that move came, now when this move came, it's it's good. It's bad for gold, obviously. That is why it went into selling before coming to these levels only. So that is the only explanation that we can meddle about on that, right? It's all right. Matlab, selling pay we could took some scalps. See, after this closing, it would have been some risky scalp, but it could have worked out because I mean at least here 100 pips would have been easily captured from here. 21 to 11 tak to yeah 11 tak to you could have captured. But this move, let me tell you why this move came. 19, 15, right? In the DXY, if you go at the same time, yeah, this one. after this move, for us to have a double top in the XY, which says it will move down from here, it should have a red candle, but it closed above what this candle, which is 19K candle. From here, you have to understand, see the what how the market reacts to the closing. Closed above this level, showing bullishness because it's not going to form a double top and not going to fall, it's not going to fall from there. So when 15 make a candle of 7 o'clock, wait, I don't know why I'm yeah, it's still sharing. No? Sorry. So little disturbance, I think concerning. So yeah, when this closed above this now, what happened is everybody is bullish on the XY. So what will happen on gold? So after this move, maybe this move it's stranded quite right. 645 ka move if you see in the gold, this is the 645 one. No? So yeah, it was staying quiet, right? No big move. But as fast as 19 ka, it is 7 p.m. ka candle. This is the 7 p.m. ka candle. There was no news today. Let me check. But I don't think there was any news today. Even if there was news, it would be on 6 p.m., right? So yeah, no news today. Uh, yeah, what I'm trying to say is, see, 645 ka candle was telling you ki it's indecisive about its movement, right? It hasn't given closing to us. It has given nothing. 645 pay, it doesn't know what DXY is going to do. But see, this is 645 candle. It's a bullish movement, but it doesn't know ki if it's going to break this. So when finally 7 o'clock it broke this and closed above this. People seeing this bullish nature in DXY, what they did? They sold, right? So after this candle, that was our opportunity to go into selling because now now it has been cleared that gold wants to go into selling, right? I mean, our bias is selling also. Our bias is selling from start only. I'm still holding this trade, 430 ka trade. I'm still holding from here, 434 ka. This trade, I told you, I'm still holding this trade. I'm holding till 3050. I told you that we could have that move from here only. So what I'm trying to say is understand the candles and understand DXY, its correlation with that. So as fast as it gave this, the next candle is this. Now you should be into the scalping mode. Now now it see closing below this. Now this becomes an order block. This becomes an order block. So I mean I know it's a big stop loss you have to give, which is 22 say 26 tak until here you have to give. But if you understand the mentality of the people, and if you understand DXY is doing this, it closed above it. So now gold has to go down because gold hasn't moved. See, gold hasn't moved that much, right? It was consolidating here, but DXY has moved a lot. Has moved a lot, so it should show. Gold should show key when DXY moved upwards, it is moving downwards, right? It should be that is the correlation. So for that, you have to understand that after this candle, now I know there is going to be much more selling. And that was this selling, right? It was as easy as that to capture this selling. You could have captured 22 to 301, 200 pips. It's 200 pips. I mean, you could have you could have stayed on till 305 only, which is a buying level, 305. 150 pips is a very good scalp, right? But it was very fast. You had to make that decisions very fast. So that at this type of the market, right? We know it's selling. We know it's going to be heavy. The momentum is there from the higher sides. So yeah, I think you should understand that. ठीक है? So other than that, That is what I'm trying to say. That is how you correlate with your trades. And this buying which came is 301.7, which is not a good buy. I have already shared you in the group as well, saying that this is not a good buying because see, this is equal lows. There's a liquidity here. It will sleep. The gold will definitely sweep this liquidity, right? Liquidity will be sweep. See, there is no level there because we haven't marked any levels. The level is here, which is 296, 295. See, here is the line, a significant line, which says key here the market might move, or at least here, which is 297. So that is where the buying level is. This is not a buying level. This is nothing. This is not a level at all. Why does this? Why is it coming then? You can ask me. So why is this move coming? It's because understand what's happening in the market. DX5 at that time gave a positive, a negative move. Let me go back. Show you this. This is merely for it happened because of forming a top wick. 1 hour pay, when this was happening, when this was happening, this opened, this candle opened. Let me show you in the 5 minutes, you'll understand better. So this one is 730 ka candle of 5 minutes, showing that it wants to form a wick. It's not an engulfing candle. Remember that it's not an engulfing candle. Engulfing candle it's an engulfing candle if it closes above this. So it did not do that, but it gave a top wick. Now the thing is, if it gave the top wick, where is the next selling level from? So that is the main thing. So the next selling level is, of course, from the Fibonacci area. Or you could see intermediate selling happening here because it's gold is super bearish. So you could see key selling from 14 also is happening. Then our level tapped. This see there is some liquidity cut trade happening here. Internal liquidity. This is like a scalp. So that is the time I told you start selling scalps. This was the time. This was the time I was telling you selling scalps, and you could have captured 14 to 6, which is good, which is 80 pips. Scalps is 30, 40 pips or 40, 50 pips on, So that you could have done, right? Understandably. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, this is for a wick candle. This is merely formed for a wick, but the selling level was here, which was very far away. So it has to consolidate a little bit to go to that selling level, which is Fibonacci of 50% area. And now it's giving us this reaction. Still, still, if it consolidates a little bit, then we could see 60% also, which is in our stop loss. So it doesn't matter. We are already risk free, right? So that is how you should treat the gold at the moment. Okay? I mean, you can ask why didn't we buy from this? I mean, could have bought. I mean, it's an excellent buying actually. But as I told you, it's not a see this. This is our trade, no? If it was an engulfing candle, this is our trade. I don't know if you. I mean, if you are watching the streams, you understand that is this is our trade. This order block we used to buy, and that is what happened. We got to capture 100 pips, no? 80 pips, 92 pips, right? With the 40 pips ka stop loss. So this could have been our trade, but this buying is not a good buying because there was no buying level there. There's actually it tapped a fair value gap and it bounced back from that. So if this is a new level, we'll adapt it in the future, but it was not a buying level, to my opinion. So that is why I'm into selling, and I think our selling should work out properly. Okay, that is why we didn't buy this. But it's a good buying. If you understand this, this is a good buying we could do, right? So that was one thing. and there is actually selling here, but I really don't want it to come to these level. It's a best. This is a good selling. As a 5 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, I mean selling at these levels. That could be good, but I still hope from 50% only we will might see some downside movement because this is not a good buying level. As I told you, I want a liquidity sweep below this and test this 296 ka level, and then we can concentrate on taking a buying a pullback, and then we'll trade anything. Okay, that is how how your thinking should be, and that is how uh, we make trades. Right? We shouldn't force a trade. We should see the market and we should understand. Okay, this ho raha hai, so okay, I'll go buying ho raha hai, so I'll buy from here. Can buy, but see, this is not a good level to buy from. It worked out, but would it work out in long term? No, it's not a good buying level. The buying levels are 3,300 at least. If it has tapped this 3,300 ka level, yeah, I would say yes. But it tapped 301.7, which is no level at all, which is merely for a topic. It happened when 1 hour candle was opening. So that tells you that it was not a buying level, but it was just a mere pullback for buyers. That was all. That's all it was, right? Okay. I hope you understand what today was. So two trades that we did that we are in. One trade went successfully, which was I think we did it in another chart, in this chart. But the same thing only. It was a little messy the first chart, so we did from here. The same thing only. So this was the 110 pips, 120 pips cut trade that we did, and this currently the trade we are in, which is I think 30 pips, 30 pips, yeah, 30 pips up, and we are risk free also, which is important. So let's look it to TP, which is here 200 pips. But if we find some liquidity trade happening here, we can just take it out here only, which is 140, 150 pips. Okay. I mean, the higher targets are here only, but if you think there's a good 1 minute green candle forming after taking this liquidity, then you might get out and the 140 pips is fine. Okay. So that is the intuition. Other than that, what trades you could have taken today? Let's discuss on that. Uh, let's do the analysis from the daily time frame. Daily time frame pay told you bearish. We had a gap down opening as well and a wick. Perfect. Actually, actually, this order block is not tested yet. Maybe that is why it's showing its bullish nature. That could be a possibility because see, 1 day pay, this is messy. Let me show you in this. Yeah. Yeah, one. This is what I'm talking about. So let's see. It's like a 4 hour thing, right? Let's uh Friday pay only, Friday pay or Thursday pay. Someday we were discussing, look at this as a 4 hour candles only. So we were discussing this. Let me show you that as well. And it's somewhere here only. Yeah, so this is it. I think we were doing it that one. So let me show you that. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is an order block. Remember this. This is a very good lesson that we've already told you same happening in the 1 day time frame. See, this is an order block. When it came to that, it gave a little wake, but it closed below this level. So that is why we entered that selling. Well, 120 pips ka selling we did on Friday. We entered because of this. You remember that, right? That was our intuition key. It closed below this level, which makes this a breaker block, which indeed it made it a breaker block because it didn't close above this level. So from that only we have this fall. So in the same way, that is what I'm telling you is this happened in the 4 hour level breaker block. So in 1 day time frame, the same thing is happening. Same thing is correlating itself, and it is high possibility that it will close below this level, below, which is 309. Today, I think gold will close below 309. Let me understand this. Yes. If it closes below that only, this will become a breaker block. This will become a breaker block, and we can see movement towards the downside. After this closing, it will test it, maybe form a wick around here, 25 tak, or till 50, uh, a little pullback, then fall from there. That is a most probable setup. The least probable, but also probable setup is it closing into this level, then forming a green candle tomorrow, right? Green candle tomorrow, maybe testing this, maybe a very small green candle and testing 325 ka level and falling from there on the next day, or it can test this level, which is 50 ka level. That is also one of the most probable things. So it will test that and it will fall from there. So two possibilities. If it closes below this, you can start selling from 25 if it makes a wick. If it closes into this, we have to wait till 50 to have a better trade. Okay? That is how you should your mindset should be, and that should be a better trade. I mean, it will be a better trade, of course. Okay. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So closing today, closing is a much more important thing. The See the closing today. I mean, you can't see it. Maybe have a alert that says key closing happened here, because it will tell you ki if you want to hold our current trade or not, right? Okay. So that is the intuition on the daily level, but 4 hour level पे let's show you. Same thing. See, it's falling, it making some support because of the order blocks. It's happening. I mean, we already anticipated this. I told you from this was the best selling level, and I'm still holding from there. The 438, I'm still holding. I'm like 1200, 1300 pips up. More than that, I think. 1200 pips up, I think. Right. So that, and yeah, a little bit here, a support here, a support here. Then falling from. I mean, no incredible supports, right? Nothing that incredible. So in that way, I was thinking it should test this level, which is 298 ka level, not whichever it is doing right now, right? That was the intuition. That is why I tell you this is not a very great level where it got bought from. Okay, that is just the intuition. Is at least this market structure is here, which is 296, which is into our level. So I think we are good about this level. That is why I think my target is also here only 298, which is 200 pips. Okay, just understand the market. That is all. See, the same thing happening. A little pullback and falling, little pullback then falling. So what would you expect here? Little pullback then falling only, no? Right. I mean, it happened 4 times, 3 times. One, two, three. One, two, three, 3 times. Fourth time is also is a possibility. It's how markets work. And or at least you could have taken a trend line trade. 4 hour pe. This is the recent trend line. See this from here. One, two, three, four. Four touch points. And what happened? It closed below this level. What is a trend line trade? I hope you already know what trend line trade is. When it closes, it was taking support from this trend line one, two, three, four times. Then when it came back, it didn't took the support, but it broke it and closed below it. So now what happens is this trend line will become a resistance. So when it tests again from this side, from selling side, right, from buying side, it was testing it one, two, three, four times. But five when it closes below this level, when it tests again, that is when you sell from. I think you guys already know this, but your position will look something like this. You have a top loss still here, and yeah, 400 pips ka. Is higher time frame, so 100 pips ka stop loss is needed because higher time frames. Okay, but we don't do it in a higher time frame, so it's probably fine for us. Okay, so that is the one trade that you could have done. I mean, lower time frames also you can see, and you could have done from here. That is a real possibility, and we'll see that in a moment. See how lower time frames, how you could have taken this trend line trade, right? Hmm. ठीक है. Anything major? Yeah, 4 hour is same, nothing much. 1 hour pay also consolidation. Close here, block is here. Same thing, consolidation. Uh, it fell from this level actually. The problem is this level was it already tested here. So second time pay, it really was going to here, right? I understood the market. It wants to go here, but because of DX5, it had to fall like this because of DX5 because it was bullish from the start. From the start of the Asian session, it was bullish. So it has to show something. So it did that. It couldn't go to 350, but if would have gone to 350 now we would have been looking, I think, around yeah, here 290 where we would have been here. And maybe this level also would have been broken. That is how good that level is. Okay, understand that. Uh, 1 hour pay, nothing more. I mean, if you look at it also, next selling level is 325 only that we just marked in this chart where it's around here. So it's the next selling level. So it's very far from what we are in. If DXY is bullish for a quite long time, gold will fall from here. So that is the intuition. And I think tomorrow we'll know our trade is good or not. Okay. I think yes, it is in 1 hour, 15 minutes. 15 minutes from the morning will come. We'll understand the whole scenario of what are the trades that we could have taken because we take trades in 15 minutes only. So let's concentrate on that. Start of the day. Where did it start? Yeah, here you're already in this trade, and it started here, and it gave this move, this liquidity ka move. If you understand it properly, we put our TP here and our why do we put it here? Because they could be a liquidity sweep, and that is what happened. See clearly what happened this week. Saying key, it took liquidity, and what happened after liquidity? If you have a significant good candle, green candle, what did I tell you to do? I told you to buy, na. It's the same thing that happened. See, in 5 minutes also, it's a very big wick. Right. So whenever big wicks are there, I already told you that it will give us double bottom or at least a market structure. Because see, uh, how much big was the wick? See, 323 to 329, 60 pips ka. Do you think all the 60 pips ke members which happened 5 minute time frame pe? Let's go 1 minute also. Let's see what 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 was happening at that time. All these, see, whatever this selling came, right? It's mostly because of DXY only. Because weekend pay it was a little bullish, DXY was a little bullish. So whatever the move that happened here, you have to understand. You have to understand that these are the orders that needs to get filled from where. That actually our trade, I didn't observe it. Our trade hit TP in 1 minute. See, this was our 337 was 337 was our entry, and this was our TP. This is 120 pips. It happened in 1 minute only. Now I'm seeing this. I didn't observe it quietly, quite concentratingly. But yeah, that's what happened. 1 minute our trade got hit, take profit. So which is good, which is good. But let me tell you something. What happened after is what interests us. So significant candles, significant 1 minute candles, telling you that there is buying happening. So when 1 minute may only this kind of buying is happening, you should understand ki, yeah, there is going to be another another buying, another double bottom. Right. This is a good buying level. 325, 324, which is a good buying level. You can buy from here. But the problem is only 5 minutes pe this all move came. And I've already talked about streams. Whenever we are buying, we buy in the second part of the buying. Why do we buy at the second part of the buying? Because that is the strong buying. But first pay, you only know that the buyers are sitting there. Second pay, you know you will have the confirmation. Still, we know we have the confirmation from this only that the buying is going to happen. So what will be my next move? Next move will be seeing to buy when it comes back. So I will be looking for this market structure. Okay, my entry would be that, or this market structure 325. That would be great also. So that would be what I would be looking for. And even did I in 1 minute, when these things happening, we have to go into 1 minute and check what's happening. So after this candle, these candles you should understood key when it comes back to fair value gap cover hota hai, which is here, you should buy 326. I think would be a level for me to buy, and that is also a market structure level. So that would be an ideal place to buy for me. But it did give a drawdown. It did give a drawdown, 20 pips ka drawdown. Then it went up. But I'm telling you that would be my intuition, and that should be your intuition as well. And your trade would look something like this. T26 पे you'll enter, T27 maybe, 30 pips का stop loss. Below this low, 30 pips का stop loss. And next next liquidity zone or next selling level, which is around here. This is the selling zone, which is 90 pips. And you could look for this also, which happened, but this would be your first I mean, we are into selling, so the buying targets would be limited. Right? We try to keep it as low as possible. Right? That would be my TP, 90 pips ka. So that is the buying that you would have done, but it was in the Asian session. People who trade in Asian session, you could have done this, right? Just classic liquidity trade. After that, after that, it not only ended with that. There's more. See, this is a significant what candle? This is a engulfing candle, no? In 5 minutes, it was an engulfing candle. So our trade will be to buy from the fair value gap ka cover. This would be our trade, right? To the next low. And I think it worked out pretty perfectly. Next high, next liquidity. Okay. So that is another trade that you could have done at the same level. I mean, wouldn't recommend buying from the same level, but understanding that it's going to be consolidation. It's a London session. It's a Asian session. So we could expect some consolidation. So you could think कि हाँ buying selling hota rahega. So I know this is the where I need to buy from, so maybe I'll buy from here and look for this as a target. That could have been your buying. Okay? That is one trade that you could do. Or if you are interested in selling, you could have sold from here. With this selling, this selling is very good because that's a order block and fair value gap ka cover. 15 minute may also I'll show you. But when you're dealing with consolidation, na, you should trade in a lower time frames only because consolidation pay it will be very close to have some kind of profits. You should be able to trade in lower time frames only. Okay, 50 minute pay. Yeah, this is your level, right? I mean, it's the mark. See, if the market structure level, we already marked that, and that is why we sold here also, and also another two selling confirmations we had. One was actually trend line also we were taking into account, but it didn't touch that trend line. It touched it here. So trend line trade happening over here. And also a liquidity also happening here. Morning pay, 11 o'clock pay. So we'll come to that as well. I'm trying to tell you key this was a market structure trade. And also because 4 hour candle closed below. That is why we took this trade. Remember that. Remember that. Okay. And this buying could have done, and this buying could have done in a lower time frames only, 5 minute pay only. So after that, 5 minute pay you could have sold at here. One selling happened, two selling at this block. So what is consolidation? Let me tell you what consolidation is. When there is a lot of levels, lot of selling levels at the same time, right? See, there's a selling level here, which is a order block and fair value of the cover. So it got sold from there, right? And it 50%. This I think this will be a 50% level. Let me check also. I'll show you also. This is a 50% level from here. See, 50 to 60% ka level. So that is why we have this little retracement. Then it fell from this block, this order block, this green order block. Let's not get into that. It will be a little more confusing. But this order block, so it got sold because it's into selling. So it tested this level, which is engulfing candle plus engulfing candle plus fair value gap cover. Now it has to go up. It went up. Now there is another selling level here only. So there is a buying level here, there's selling level here. So all this happening at the same time. We know all these levels. I mean, we could do all the levels. I mean, I can tell you sell from here, buy from here, sell from here, buy from here. So that is what consolidation is. What is consolidation is? There's significant amount of levels forming at the same area, same regions, right? If it wants to break out of that, it needs volume and liquidity. That is the concept of like consolidation, where consolidation comes from. Okay, hope you understand that. And see, so the trend line trade happened here. There was the first time it tested that trend line. Okay, it's also a significant level of selling, which is 344. Fine, ठीक है, but 344 is a good level of selling, but 345 is a better level of selling. We already sold from that many times. If you remember, see, this was our selling here only. Just we did it on Friday only. This was the selling 150 pips that we did. Or what this was an order block, and yeah, this was a 1 hour order block that we did this trade on. Oh no, yeah, we didn't do this trade. I think we didn't do this trade. We kept it as we could have done this trade. Okay. This was a trade that could have been done. It was 1 hour per order block. Tha. So remember that. But I'm just saying ki that is a good level, 345. So what did the market do is 343 pay it came, consolidated a little bit, went into these levels where it could buy from. So we bought, people bought, not we. Then we have this candle. So this candle is important. Why? It gave rejection. It took liquidity from above. It tested 345 ka level. Now, now came the better selling. That was the selling that we should have done. That is the best selling that you could have done in the markets. Right? Liquidity and testing of a better selling level, which is 45. 45 we sold before and we are selling again. Okay. Our trade would look something like this. This actually I could have done, but I have not seen the chart that time. And actually, this could have been done. This should have been done because we know that. But I'll tell you why I did not do it. Is because I'm waiting for the 50 ka level. So 50 ka level ka selling. I'm waiting for this level selling. So that is why I didn't do the 45 ka selling because maybe even though it gives us a pullback, it still not be enough. Na? The trade is a 350. So that is why I didn't do the 45k selling, but 45k selling is very good. And yeah, I mean, if I'd known that from there only it wouldn't test the 350 level, from there only I would have sold all this. Right? I mean, it's pretty possible. I mean, I know this because I know this will come, which is 310 tak and 296 tak it will go. That move I already know. So only for me to have a better 45 pay, I could have sold and it would have been very better selling. Okay. And what else we have? Understand this. I mean, there is confirmation, right? So you don't have to do it from 45. Maybe you could have done it from here. 42 pay after confirmation, knowing this. Stop loss will be here only. You could have been risk free here. Right. So that is how you should go because you know that DXY was bullish all along, and now you should see a selling to come. Right. So another trade that you could take is I'm just seeing it. Maybe I'm wrong. I think a trend line is forming here. ठीक है. Yep, there it is. Okay, I mean this could have been a trade that you could take. Same trend line का trade. One, two, three. Three in the lower time frame से 5 minutes पे. One, two, three. Three times. Now test came here actually. The first test. It tested two times taking probably this, I mean, testing this order block, which is good. I mean, you could have hold it even if you're into selling from here only, you could have hold it till this because this is a good selling level. So yeah, that is a trade that you could have done. ठीक है, that trend line also. Trend line का trade is also there. And pretty okay, actually here it has shown bearish moment. I mean, nice. I mean, I've not seen this. I'll tell you what is so special about this. We are into selling, so understand the perspective of my uh, selling the level I'm trying to show you. We are into selling, so any selling level would be good for me. So when when there was a green candle here and the next candle ka close happened below it, making this an order block and a selling level. So that isn't that my entry? Because I am into selling, I know it. I mean, it just happened below it, na. So where how many 32 से 31.5 5 pips के below हुआ था. So now if it tests that, it's a selling level for me. But why don't I sell from here only? Because I know the momentum is there. I'll sell from here only. That is the intuition that you need to have. I mean, at least the selling scalp you should have done. And that would have been the biggest trade. See, biggest trade is always there. This was there, trend line ka there, here, there. But my biggest trade is over 438, right? Understanding this is very important. See, after this close, so the same thing here also. After this close, this become order block. Actually, That is a different way of explaining. I was just explaining you this on DXY ka, DXY ka close and open, the DXY ka trend, but I could explain you in this way also. So this is an order block. We are into selling, and after this closing, it has become an order block. Now, the only thing that you could do is sell from here because it's just so near, 10 pips ka near. Maybe it could dump from here, which is a real possibility. Maybe it test and dump from there. So two possibilities. Why not take the first one and have 10 pips ka, 10 pips ka, yes, 10 pips ka buffer, right? That is the intuition. I mean, I've told you why this happened. I told you DXY ka uptrend was going on. That is why this happened. But could you see it in the charts and react to it? And yes, here it is, right? So it already gave you here. This was given. I'll mark it so that you understand. This was here and this was here. Two times it was telling you that closing below this happened. Uh, Now I am going into selling. That was the two times it was telling you, right? I mean, I should turn this into a trade. You should actually turn this into a trade. This is going to be our strategy, but it would be a strategy if we are live, right? Because I can only tell you this if I see the candle closing below this, right? Only then I could be able to tell you yes, sell from there. If without that, it's just I can't tell you. You should be in the markets. You should seeing the chart. You should be seeing the charts. Then only you can tell, yeah, this is happening, that is happening like that. Okay. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And yeah, all the levels I've explained. Everything. This trend line, this maybe this is a 50% level. That also I'll explain you why that selling came. This is also actually a 50% level, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it's a 50 to 60% level. That is why this was trend line also. Actually, 50 to 60 in trend line ka trade is actually that plus this is a good confirmation for us to go selling. In future, we'll remember that. And this is random buying and random selling. Leave it. And this selling is not that important. This is, I think, change of character ka selling. That's we could see here. Okay. This 30, 30 level, significant level. Absolutely. You would sell from here. Of course. I mean, have that mentality to understand after this falling that it just started it because the XY is increasing all day. Now it will dump a lot than this because this is not a mere good move for gold as long as the XY is moving that much fast. So you should understand that yeah, this is not the move. The move is coming. So intermediate selling level, which is what is the intermediate selling level? 30. 30 was the intermediate selling level because we bought from there a long time ago at 1830. This is also a 4 hour candle ka close below, right? 4 hour candle ka close below. That is why that is another confirmation. Go 4 hour is happening to form a 4 hour wick and 30 pe you could have sold. That is the 30 ka selling explained. But everything explaining you bit by bit. Why what? Why this is happening? Why this is happening? So you'll understand when this happens. So when the momentum is high, I mean everybody is expecting this selling, no? So everybody in the market is expecting for gold to come to this level and get sold from. But what will gold do? It will get sold from intermediate levels because when it comes back to this level now, it has nothing for people who are buying from here to look targets to. So they have no targets to look for. If this selling happened, every selling is already happening, they'll know ki, हाँ भाई, every selling is happening. I mean, it's going to dump like crazy. I mean, that is actually good. That's actually good. If every selling level is tapped here, then we can say that it won't come back to that level, and we can actually uh, sell with a higher quantity. That is there. So that is actually two kind of manipulation that gold does. We already explained in the live streams before also. Okay, all selling explained properly. This also I explained. Buying explained. Not a good buying level. Can see uh, a little bit movement from here because it's a 50 to 60% level. You can see some support forming. Not to worry because our levels are fine. We are already risk free, so that is another good thing to be. Okay, we are actually 60 pips up, no? 60 pips up in the straight. Yeah, 62 pips up. Maybe 70 pips by the end of this candle. Okay, but 140 pips is our final target. We can see, we will see how it reacts there. If you're awake at that time, see how it reacts there, and you can actually TP here only if you are that much scared. But the higher TP, lower TP is 295. That is the best TP because if even if it takes this liquidity and goes to buying, the next selling level is 325 only. If from here only it will fall. Okay, so no worries. Okay, 64 pips in the chat. Up, how many pips are we up today? 120 plus 60, 180 pips. Nice Monday, no? Nice Monday. We already have Mondays like this only, 200 pips come on Mondays every time. And the Tuesdays will be, I think, will be good. Tomorrow, I think, do we have any news? Let me check if we have any news so that we'll be prepared. Yes, 7:30. JOLTS job openings. Yeah, how many jobs are going to open in US? Forecast is 7.49 million. Previous was 7.77, which is a little less. So we should see some movement towards the downside in DXY as is all as it's already up this much. We might see a little bit downside, which could give a I'm okay for that until the see 294 not 294 298. Where is that level marked? Is it in 4 hours? 296, 290. Yeah, around this level. Let me have a line. 297, 298. 298 will be my buying. And I'll have a trade here only. I'll show you what it would look like on this. Uh 70 pips, 70 pips castle. This market structure also. That would be very high. Let's have 60 pips ka. Let's have 60 pips. And I'm thinking yes, 298 to 60 pips we should be easily get. We should easily get that. Okay. The targets would be 50. 50 or 25. 25 will be the minimum target. So first target, second target will be 50. Okay. I hope you understand that. That is our trade when it comes back to that level. We'll see different order block. So we'll make it. Actually, I already mentioned also. See, we already kept this trade here only, 297 ka trade. The same trade I'm placing here. It's a little bit more stop loss, 100 pips ka. Okay, ठीक है. I mean, I'm accounting for this market structure as well before. I should account for that. Let's see. I mean, if we have buying from a good level from here only, that would be great. Let's see. Level is already marked. Hope you do this level. Okay. Nothing more to discuss, right? Is there anything else? I think we covered everything. 50-minute method, we covered everything, every selling and every buying level. I explained you as a baby, everything, right? 70, 65 pips, 67 pips up. We can see a little bit, a little, yeah, 50 to 60% level. You can see a little bit support being formed. Other than that, we are good. Fine. Okay. Let's end this stream 180 pips up today. 180, 190. Maybe it will go to 200 and we'll hit 70 more pips. Okay, right? But we are risk free, which is good. And with that, we end today's session. Great day today. Made a lot of the knowledge is important, right? This is always the trades we're doing are fine. Even if you're not entered, it's fine. I mean, I'm telling you to enter, even if you're not in it, it's fine. But and just having this knowledge, the liquidity trades, this intuitions, this trades that how you could have taken these trades, that is the important part, right? This see this markings, that is the important part. See the charts, understand it. It will be easy for you as you understand as you are seeing the streams. You will get to see yeah what is happening and you will understand more. So don't miss the live streams and keep grinding. Have the motivation every day and trade with Mazin. Okay. With that, we end today's session. Take care. Bye bye. And we'll meet again tomorrow. And please subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to the Telegram channel where I post updates of the trades every day, mostly in New York session. So yeah, happy to capture those pips. So last week was 1500 pips a week. We finally made it. And this week, I hope we reach that target again. But reaching 1500 is not an easy thing, right? It's not a easy thing. 1500 pips is it includes luck and intuition. Includes hard work and intuition both. Hard work, intuition, and luck. So it's not that easy. But 1000 pips we could do, right? Okay. Let's end this session. 200 pips up today. W's in the chat. Let's go.